Dear friends, in this presentation, we will explore the challenges of 5G spectrum valuation in India. Now, this is important as India is set to host the next round of spectrum auction, featuring leftover spectrum from the previous rounds and also introducing new bands. On 2nd August, as an initial move, the Department of Telecommunication asked TRAI for recommendation on all spectrum bands, including new ones for the upcoming auction. TRAI, referencing its previous recommendation, denied the request for revaluing the existing spectrum bands. This approach of TRAI will create some challenges for the Department of Telecommunications. The key challenge will be to ensure that the spectrum prices retain synergies with past valuation approach that TRAI had followed. As without this, there is a risk that spectrum prices will become arbitrary and out of sync with business metrics. Earlier, in May 2022, TRAI had opposed Department of Telecommunications proposal for annual spectrum valuation and emphasized the need for proper justification in case the department insists on the TRAI taking up the exercise. In order to understand the challenges the Department of Telecommunication will face from TRAI's refusal, we need to study clause 6.42 of TRAI's last year's recommendation just before the start of the 5G auction. In this clause, TRAI proposed that for the next auction, if held within the window of 3 years, the Department of Telecommunication could use the same reserve price of unsold spectrum of the 5G auction being held in year 2022. However, the ambiguity lies in TRAI not defining the phrase remains unsold. The confusion can arise from TRAI's use of completely sold in a separate clause of the same recommendation, suggesting that all units in a license area have been acquired. This leads to an understanding that if any units in a license area's band remains unpurchased, that band can be deemed as remain unsold. For spectrum fully sold in the previous auction, TRAI recommended adjusting the past auction price with proper indexation for arriving at the new reserve price. And for partially sold or unsold spectrum, a 30% price reduction was suggested. Also, in year 2022, the Department of Telecommunication responded back to TRAI by agreeing to the need for a price reduction for spectrum bands in circles that had remained unsold in the past auction. Hence, it is evident that the DoT advocates for reduced spectrum prices in circles with excess supply or low demand. However, TRAI's phrasing using completely sold and remains unsold in the same recommendation could lead to misinterpretation by the Department of Telecommunication. In order to align with TRAI's previous valuation approach, fully sold spectrum circles should be indexed, while partially sold or unsold one discounted. However, for this discounting to work, the Department of Telecommunication will need access to pricing model which TRAI had earlier used to value the spectrum bands. Thus, it's essential for TRAI to assess all spectrum band prices rather than delegating the task to the Department of Telecommunication for ensuring consistency with its own past practices. In the world of telecommunication, consistent spectrum valuation isn't merely desirable, it is essential. We earnestly hope that for the greater good of consumer and the industry, TRAI will reconsider and evaluate all spectrum bands, including the existing one. Thank you for your attention.